Oh, N3PN. Boy, you're getting grumpy in your old age.
I am not. I'm just observant.
Band's a little better, a little bit better shape this morning than yesterday.
Much.
Yeah, it's because it's Valentine's Day.
Oh, is that what it is?
It's a test to see where we spend our time, on the radio or somewhere else.
Yeah, don't you guys all have to go somewhere today?
Nope.
You guys had me curious about these ice formations, so I had to go out and look.
And
That looks good to me. I'll send you a picture.
What's up, Stu?
What ice formations?
Oh, I've got a high efficiency furnace / central air conditioner here, Scott, that got installed last year, and these guys were mentioning about the ice formations that can build up on the PVCs coming out of the house.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just checking to see if mine were clear.
Yeah, they covered mine with foam and wrapped them, so I don't see that on mine.
Okay, I got myself situated there. N3PN.
How you been, Nelson?
Just fine.
How's your 2021 working out for you so far?
Oh, pretty ducky. We're anticipating winter to be over any time.
Yeah, I think we have a few more weeks to go here yet.
Yeah, I was hoping I'd wake up this morning and the forecast would be changed, and the weatherman would have said, "Oh, whoops, we were wrong," but nope.
Hey, good morning, guys. K1GMM.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, John, Scott, Nelson. I don't know if Greg is still in there. Mike. And good morning. Happy V-Day. Hope your equipment is going to be presenting you with a nice bouquet of roses. Wherever it's coming from, I hope it's a good day for you guys.
good morning, Steve.
Morning, Steve.
Howdy, Steve. Where in the world are you?
I have no idea. It depends on where my brain's at. I'm up in southwestern Vermont, about 15 miles north of Manchester, west side of the state there.
Okay, very good. We're in the southwest corner of PA here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, is this was this Scott or Nelson? I'm getting I didn't write the call signs down.
Oh, okay, Nelson, N3PN.
Oh, okay, Nelson. Yeah, great to hear you. Don't talk to many guys from Southwest Corner. A lot of guys from Northeast Corner. But yeah, nice signal coming into Vermont this morning.
Yeah, everybody sounds good here. I think you're about 10 over there.
Yeah, nobody's in the doghouse yet, are they?
No, mine's still sleeping. I got a little time yet.
Yeah, give it time, right?
Yeah.
Steve, I've already given my wife a box of chocolates this morning.
Oh, cool. Well, that'll keep her busy. You do realize that will wind her up even tighter than a piano string. Do you have to walk on eggs after that happens, or does she, like my wife? She'll go park it somewhere and pretty much stay out of my hair for the day.
As far as I know, she only had one. She said they were pretty rich. But she's probably snuck a couple more in there. Greg, I sent you and Bill and Scott this picture.
Okay.
I do see a couple little ice cubes, drip formations on the one pipe there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't have an arrangement like that on my exhaust. You're talking on the exhaust side. Mine's got I don't know, it's a plate that's on the side of the house.
Yeah, the one has the outlet this side there has a little elbow on it, which is kind of clever. And the other one, that T is there so that the wind won't blow out the pilot light. So, the air coming in isn't forced in.
Gotcha.
Stuart, that's sick, man.
Yeah, mine's got electronic ignition, so it doesn't have a pilot light. But mine just got this. The ice coming off that. It's like a thick plate with two holes, and there's two pipes in there. So, I don't know.
Well, this installer told me that little T at the top came after years of figuring out that this thing works. Well, I don't know. I don't know how it all works. It just seems to be doing all right.
As long as it works.
Exactly.
So why do you have so much ice around the base of one where it comes out of the house?
Yeah, I noticed that. I don't know. It's the first time I've seen that. Well, I would assume it's because if you look at the top of that T, that ice and water evidently is dripping out of there, forming and dripping out from the exhaust, I'm assuming, or something. And it must collect down at the base there.
Yeah, but if it drifts from up above because it's still warm, and then why does it freeze down there because it's cold? I don't know. It just seems a little odd.
Yeah, I noticed one thing by looking at this picture that I didn't realize is that was never caulked. And I don't know if it needs to be or not, but I'll probably do that in the spring.
Yes, it needs to be cocked unless you like insects.
Yep. Don't have to worry about them right now, do I?
Nope.
Boy, this has been an icy year. I didn't realize how much ice was formed around everything until I went out there and took this picture.
John, when was the last time it was above freezing where things melted out in your area?
You know, it's been a couple of weeks, Steve. I can't.
Okay, Stu, we'll see you later.
Above freezing day we had. It's been 2, maybe 3 weeks.
Yeah, ugly here, man. Cold. It's been down well, which is not really cold, I guess, compared to what it could be. But it's, been down just below zero a few nights here. I don't know, five below. Guys up north said they've been around 13 below. So that's not really, that's almost beach weather compared to what we could have. Nelson, you got anything coming down yet? What's going on in southwestern PA? Nothing started yet, has it? I don't think we have anything really major. I don't know. I haven't looked at the forecast. I've just been hearing some rumblings about Monday and Tuesday up here in the Northeast. Go ahead.
Nelson, are you still there? He must have stepped out, Steve.
Ben could have done a shifty on me, but if he couldn't hear you, then yeah, maybe he stepped out and grabbed a coffee. But not much on the ground here. I would say there's probably a foot, maybe. It's compressed now, every day that goes by. But we were getting snow like every other day, which is very typical. And you mentioned in the ice. I got a situation I had to fix this fall, where the front door, we've got a landing. It's 3 steps up. It's not really a deck. It's more like a landing, with railings and stuff like that. And the water would come off the roof and it would splash on the deck and it would go up on the clapboard around the door of the house. Well, I had to, the clapboard was all rotten, and we had a situation where we had carpenter ants in there. And I took care of those, but dude, you should have seen the damage underneath that clapboard. What a disaster that was. That was a nice, ugly project. I had to tear everything off. I thought I'd have to pull the door out, but I had to repair the sill, the face. What do they call that? The header. They had gotten into that, and it was a combination of that and then the water, and I don't know what to do about that. I really don't want to flash it because it looks ugly. You know what I mean? So basically repaired it, bought new clapboard and put it over it, and then I don't know, maybe if we moved in here in 94, so the solid stain that we put on the clapboard, it still leaves the wood porous. So I'm trying to figure out what to do there to still make it look nice. But, flashing is ugly. I'd rather not flash underneath, where the door sill is. It's just one of those things. And it's a metal roof, so it's not like I can put something, those redirects. They're shaped like an inverted V. People put on their roofs to direct the water away from like a doorway, right on the soft, on the edge of the roof. Really can't do anything like that. So I don't know.
Yeah, those carpenter ants can be nasty. Termites too. I don't know if you guys have any of those in your area, but so far we haven't had any issues that I know of. And this is a pretty old house. It was built in 1906, so they haven't got us yet.
Your house is so old it's petrified.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
The wood is probably so seasoned it's literally like cement. They couldn't chew it if they wanted to.
And I'm back.
All righty.
Welcome back.
Hello, Steve.
Hey, who dat?
This is Bill up in Indiana.
Oh, Bill. N9VR, right?
There you go. Hey, is this picture yours, John?
Yeah.
What the hell's ice doing coming out of the intake?
I couldn't figure that out either, Bill.
I don't know.
What exactly are you referring to? Ice coming out of the intake? Is this one of those double wall pipes where it exhausts out the center and then pulls fresh air in from the on the outside area?
2 separate pipes.
Oh, completely separate. And there's ice on the intake pipe?
Yeah, there shouldn't be.
No.
That doesn't make any sense.
Bill, you know what I think it is?
What's that?
I think the guy forgot which one was the intake and outtake when he went outside and he put the T on the wrong one.
Honestly, that's what it looks like, Greg.
Yep, has to be that.
Well, I could easily check that later.
Well, because if you look at it,
Hey,
that
George.
real close,
From Puerto
there's
Rico.
no ice
Wow,
on
man.
on the effluent at all, and there should be.
Nice and toasty down there, I'm sure. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, so my apologies. I probably butchered it there.
When do you see steam coming out, John?
KP4SDR.
Interesting.
Wasn't the candy cane the intake?
That should be the exhaust,
That's
Yeah.
exhaust. Okay.
but it's not. What do you think?
I would think you'd want the candy cane to be the intake since it's, pulling stuff in. You don't want water getting in there, but I don't know about these things.
Well, they usually put the T on the intake, and I really don't know why.
Yeah, mine's got a completely different arrangement, just sort of a plate, thick plate on the side of the house. All I know is it belches a lot of steam when it's cold.
You know, John, if that's the case, if you find out he accidentally did them backwards,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have to mess with the intake any, I don't think. It'd be fine like that. Just whack off some of that, the one with the T on it, and do the same thing as he did on the other one, but the other direction.
Yeah, I don't know why he just didn't do that anyway.
Well, if you look at your windowsill there, see how the snow's building up on that windowsill and getting icy?
Yes.
That's heat coming out of that pipe.
Yeah, you know what? I believe you're right.
You're right, Greg. Them have to be backwards.
I looked at that. I didn't know if I should say anything or not.
Well, sure,
Oh, that's
why
something
not?
I think you'd want to correct that.
Yeah, you know, I can see when we're inside the house, I can see the steam coming out of one of those. I've never really, paid attention to it. So, yeah, there's evidently steam coming out of that T.
Yeah, that's
Ain't
your
no doubt
output
about it.
then. And he specifically told you the T was for the input.
That's what I thought he told me, yeah. Maybe I'm mistaken on that, though.
Are you heating off of LP or natural gas?
LP.
Okay. I didn't think there would be that much moisture in LP, but maybe there is.
Oh, yeah. Them high efficiency furnaces, they put out a lot of condensation.
Yeah, we got here. We have one of those kerosene monitor type things. Those programmable computer, whatever. It's in the basement here, and it uses. That's why I asked a double wall pipe, exhaust through the center and fresh air in through the outer ring, and with that thing running just on low when it's cold like this. I mean, I walk out the end of the garage and look down the side of the house. And oh yeah, I mean it's a plume of moisture from the exhaust, condensing when it hits the cold air. I haven't even looked at that. Now you got me thinking. I thought, geez, I wonder if that thing's susceptible, to something like that. I'm gonna have to go out and look at it this morning. I know if it gets a blockage, it'll shut the whole thing down. It's got all these sensors and stuff just waiting to go wrong.
Does it go
Steve.
up vertical or horizontal, Steve?
It exits horizontally, sticks straight out the side.
Yeah, you'd have to watch that. Now, see, like my boys, when we done his, we went up the chimney with that double wall pipe. It looks like a spaceship on the top. The top of its intake and the bottom of it that's flared out is the exhaust. But the thing that's nice about going up or vertical like that is all your condensation runs back down the pipe. So your condensate bump handles 100% of it. When you're going out horizontal, it's about a 60-40 thing, about 40% of it goes outside.
So I take it that when you run a double pipe like that, the center pipe extends past the outer pipe so you don't suck circulate the exhaust with the intake.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a spaceship, Greg. It's got a flange on it. For lack of a better thing, looks like a big penis up there. And the very top of it is the intake. And the exhaust comes out at the flange area to, so it's shooting down on the roof. Or sucking in from that way, I should say.
I thought the whole idea is you want to separate the intake and the outtake. That's why, one goes one way and one goes the other way.
Yeah, this kind of does that. It's separated, physically by maybe a foot. And then, but it sucks from low and blows out high. So all your your steam coming out of the effluent is going up like a typical chimney. It's kind of a neat deal. I mean, the only reason we done his that way was his utility area is kind of the center of his house, and there's just no way in hell to get a horizontal pipe out of
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly the way mine exits. It's a staggered. I guess is that the right way to explain a staggered type pipe, sleeved pipe. It's small though. It's tiny. I would say it's overall diameter on that thing is probably, well, it's not 2 inches, maybe 1.5, 1 3/4. Geez, there was something else I was going to mention. Looks like it's got like a diffuser type thing. Whoever was that, you, Greg, that described that like a tallywhacker? I never thought of that. It's exactly what it looks like.
No, that would be Bill. It would be Bill's deal. I'm just surprised he didn't go out and tie 2 balls to the bottom of it.
That's a great idea. I'm going to have to take them off my trailer hitch on the back of the truck.
I'm always teasing the boy. Nice tune-up. I'm always teasing the boy, is that a spaceship sticking out of your roof or a big penis?
Oh, I'm sure he appreciates that.
Yeah, he laughed. Oh, he don't mind, Greg. When Dad does all that work for free, he's pretty doggone appreciative.
Hey, good morning, Paul. What's going on, dude?
And do these people not listen to the frequency they're transmitting on?
Evidently not.
It's probably Rick, NASDR.
So if I find that the exhaust is coming out of that T, is there any problem with that?
Yeah, it shouldn't be blowing around your window like that. I mean,
It probably is, Nicholas. I probably screwed up the date.
Blowing around the bottom of your base of your window like
It
that.
is the 14th today.
Yeah, I just wonder if that's what that's from, because, that's a, I don't know, I guess it's...
That sounds like FTA.
So you think
Someone's messing with us.
Oh, heck
I
yeah.
don't think a T is a good idea. I know
These children get pissed.
He runs a risk of hard rainstorms during the summer. You're getting water in there.
Put a couple 90s on it or something to point it down.
I just finished going and looking at all this stuff on various HVAC sites.
I can change that, by the way.
Your T is your exhaust, and your candy cane's your intake. And some use the T's, but most do not. They just kind of turn it at 90 and go straight out. And they'll like a lot of them cut an angle on a straight piece of pipe to keep the rain out.
Yeah, I know he told me There was some reason he used a T, and I for the life of me can't remember why he said he did that now.
You sure it says the T's on the effluent, Scott?
Hey, good morning, Gary.
Yeah, the one that goes up is your exhaust.
This guy's definitely running FT8.
Keep the water
Somebody's
from
running
being
FT8
sucked
right on this frequency on purpose.
Every one I've seen is exactly backwards from that.
Yeah, go check out all the HVAC sites. There it shows pictures of which is which.
Freaking douchebags. There are so many turds on the band, I'm telling you.
On either one, but yeah, that's interesting. I'll have to look
Yep,
that up.
that's FT8, folks.
What an ass.
Yeah. I think the T back in the pilot days, was useful, but anymore that's not a concern.
I just don't know why you'd want to use a T, because it promotes taking in water during a heavy rain.
Exactly, and that doesn't. All that would do is burn your condensate pump up.
Well, if in the summertime you don't run the furnace, that just gets mildew and mold and everything else.
I can tell you one thing I did find, and none of them run them along the parallel to your house. They all shoot them away from your house.
Yeah, right.
So what if I put an elbow on each side of that, pointing down?
I suppose you could do that.
Yeah, most of them just show an elbow shooting straight out, and then some of them will have a little short piece of pipe that's cut off at a 45 just so it's a little further out and the rain can't get
Excuse me, I'm trying to figure out how to put a manual notch in here.
It's usually a special elbow too. It has.
Let me see if the auto notch will take it out.
To keep the
We'll check.
critters out of the pipe.
Sometimes the auto notches really
some of
do a
them show
nice job.
that, but most of them don't. Most of the HVAC companies just show them open for whatever reason.
Gary. Oh my God. Yep. That's not too bad. Put the auto notch in, it took it out.
So what kind of digital signal is that?
That sounds like FT8.
A little off frequency, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey, you Anon freaks out there, how do you apply, I just kicked an auto notch in, it pretty much wiped him out. I'm on the, the Power SDR on the Anon. How do you, I've never tried the manual notch, but I don't know how to apply it, how to get it in there. You guys know how to do that?
I do not. I haven't played with it.
I'll be back in a minute, M9 VR.
Yeah, I can tell you how to do it on a Flex, but not in a non.
Okay, Bill.
Hey, real quick, does Rich's Kiwi decode FT8?
Oh, I don't know.
It does a bunch of other crap. I find out who that moron is.
And in 3 p.m. is back.
What'd you do? Puppy call you?
Well, we were already out on the ice, me and the puppy, and I didn't want to do that again, so I ran back there and sprinkled the sand around.
Gotcha.
It was not good. So the XYLs there watching us, and I said, what were you going to do if we both fell down?
Yeah, it's supposed to warm up, Gary. What, 31 down here today?
I don't know.
Sweet.
I think it was like, I don't know, but I'd feel better that I knew if you fell down.
Check my audio levels. They're a little low. Bump it. Bump it. Bump it. Bump it. How's that? I think that's a little better. I don't want to have to freaking scream into the microphone. Wow, 12 degrees? Holy crap, dude.
Someone's doing FT8 or F11 somewhere near our frequency. So if you got a waterfall, check it out. You'll find out who it is.
Morning, K9EYE.
Hey, Pierre.
Yeah, I was going to say, do I need to drag my software out here? Yeah, he's doing a job on you guys.
Yeah, I put a couple of very deep notch filters in there for the 2 frequencies they're on, and they're gone.
Got to be some kind of a hotkey combination for this manual notch in Power SDR here. I just can't seem to find it. No, that ain't it.
Come on, get out of the digital area. This is a QSO area for the ESSB. I know you can't hear me, but it's fine.
So did we figure out which is the intake and output, and figure out which one is supposed to have the T on it?
Yeah, found that out on the couple HVAC sites. I didn't find any with T's, but the one that goes up is your exhaust.
My input has a screen over it apparently to keep out the bees.
Yeah, you find pictures of those too.
Oh, it's a multi-notch filter. Ah, crap. Multi-notch.
I've actually got 2 here. I've got a forced air furnace and a condensing boiler for the palm water heat in the floor out in the garage, and it's that one that creates the most condensation coming out the tube.
3630, so where is he? He is on 3620.
Whoever that is, they're strong.
3629.
Around here somewhere, but it's like 40 over in my location.
Yeah, it's a pretty big signal here in Ohio too.
Yeah, normal conventional would be you run low power on that mode.
That ain't low power.
That's what I'm thinking. Have any of you guys do FT8?
I've done it once or twice.
Okay, you can find out who that guy is. If you got FT8, of course I can't.
What
I
happened?
just put a notch filter on it.
Yeah, this one here pretty much got rid of all of that.
I can still see it, just can't hear it.
I think I'll send this picture to my furnace guy and say, hey, is there something we can do about this buildup around the window?
Yeah, cut it and turn it away from the house and put that little angled doohickey on it. Hey, I'll take a picture. I'll take a screen snip of the ones I found, John. You'll see what I'm talking about.
All right.
Huh, nothing's happening.
This guy's got to see us on his waterfall. Anyway.
If he has a waterfall. Good morning, Pierre.
Sorry about me dumping my bucket, man. Sorry about that. I'm trying to notch him out, and I just can't get it out.
Can't believe this Anon doesn't have a manual notch. It's got a multi-notch. Freaking worthless.
They're not getting tired because what they do is they program the computer to go ahead and transmit and receive
and they just walk away and let the computer do the rest.
Yep. It's on autopilot, and I don't think they're aware of the power level and the fact that it's engaged.
All I know this weekend is
I could decode it, Paul, if I had the FT8 package up, FT8 up, JTX software.
That looks like a ready contest.
Yeah, something. There's just a forest here on my screen.
Okay.
I wish I was an OO and send him a card if I could find out what his call is.
HPSDR.
I just call him on the phone and tell him what's going on.
Found you a Google site with a buttload of venting options, John.
Yeah?
Yeah, I sent you the link.
Okay, thanks.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning, Dennis.
Hey,
Come on,
Dennis.
Dennis. I'm going to coffee up. AC8D.
Well, my break from the warm weather compared to everybody else around here is over. It's 16 below zero here. I'm down in your territory now.
Ooh. That's the real temperature?
Yeah, I don't do wind chill. Yeah, it's minus 16.
Okay, what am I missing here?
8 out here in Crystal Lake.
Well, when you get 8, 16, doesn't matter. It's cold.
Hold on, I'll check my wind chill factor here.
It's plus 11 up here in Wisconsin.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's minus 26 here. Boy,
Plus 11.
I
Is that
spent a
Kelvin?
lot of time out there.
Plus 11. Is that Kelvin?
Fahrenheit.
Okay.
Maybe it is minus 11. I can't read this thing right here.
And just ask Siri what the temperature is outside.
All right, if it starts again, I need a clear moment for my FT8 software to capture.
I think you may have figured out what was going on because I haven't heard him here for quite a few minutes.
Yeah. I bet he didn't realize where he was, where the VFO was, and he just started transmitting and walked away and grabbed a coffee and a donut or something. That's what it sounds like to me. Normally, when people get obnoxious, I mean, why would you do FTA? Why don't you just grab the CW key and just crush it? You know what I mean?
You know, I used to like FT8 when it was a weak signal mode.
Yeah, right. I couldn't believe it when I first started doing FT8, well, whenever it was, 2 or 3 years ago. When did it come out? It came out in the summer, right? Beginning of summer of 18? I don't know. And I'm hearing these signals, and I couldn't work them to save my life, right? So I jumped on a forum. I don't know if it was on Fakebook or where it was. It was on some forum somewhere, chat room, whatever. And somebody chimed in. It was some gal, and she goes, "Well, you do realize that is a weak signal mode, not a low power mode." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And she says, "Well, there are people that run legal limit on FT8." And I'm thinking to myself, "Are you freaking crazy?" Oh yeah, they throw some serious snot out there on FT8. No wonder why I can't work people on 5 watts sometimes.
Yeah, I used to do PSK31 a little bit for fun, and um, it was that was a real weak signal mode. And as soon as you could, as soon as somebody started cranking up to 50, 100 watts, you knew right away looking at the scope. But boy, those FT8 signals, people are going nuts. They're sitting here running high duty cycle and high power on it, and what's the point?
Yeah, exactly. I don't understand it, but different strokes. K1 GMM.
Yeah, I have a whisper here, and that's fun, and that's that's real low power. It's a 1 or 200 milliwatts, and just let it sit and run, and that's fun.
Yeah, you guys use that? I use it to test antennas. Really nice way to test antennas. Of course, you can always get on and run your flapping yapper, but it's nice. You let it run. I've let some of these runs go all night long. I remember I was testing a 3-turn magnetic loop. This was 3 or 4 years ago, and I had it sitting out on the back patio. And I think I let it run for 3 or 4 hours, and I had multiple hits in southern tip of Australia on 80 meters. Couldn't believe it. I'd never get there on phone from here, but it's pretty neat to see where you're getting to.
Yep, I did the same thing and had consistent results in certain parts of the world and not in others. Well, I better crawl up to 160 meters, so I'll see you fine-sounding voices later. I was on here last night, and it was pretty quiet. Not much going on. Anyway, good morning, N0SP.
Hey, we'll see you when you get back.
Okay. I know when PSK started, everybody sort of policed himself and watched the waterfalls, and people would start sort of mentioning it to each other, say, hey, you're a little strong, and everybody just kind of agreed to keep it under 40 watts.
Yeah, that kind of an unspoken rule, right?
Yeah, generally, most of those guys would do 20. Heck, in the middle of the night, I talked to Fiji on like 38 watts.
Yeah, it's funny. I much prefer PSK. FT8, I call it the zombie apocalypse. Because that's what you are when you run that mode. I am sorry, but any mode you can basically kick on the radio and sit there and drool and the eyes glaze over. You know what I mean? And have a craving for human flesh. That's the mode, FT8. But PSK is like an interactive. At least you can engage to some level on the PSKs. And what is it? What's the other one? Olivia? Is that it? Yeah, I mean, I never ran more than I think I'd run 40 watts at the most, and enter FT8, and pretty much all the PSK stuff just disappeared. It just gone. And I remember this was, I don't know, about a year and a half ago, maybe. I was sitting there, and I was like, geez, I wonder if there's anybody on the PSK area, And I looked, and there's nothing. It's a ghost town. So I started calling. I was like, screw it, I'm going to call, see if anybody comes back to me. Well, people are watching, they're listening. Sure enough, I don't know, I made 5 or 6 contacts maybe, and it was completely dead. So yeah, it's even though it's, there's nobody there, it's worth maybe throw out a series of calls for 2 minutes or something like that. My gut tells me that there's a lot of people that feel like I do, that would much prefer, PSK over FT8. And they'll get in there with you and have some nice overs.
Yeah, it's interesting. I never see activity there. Oh, and John, are you there?
Yeah, go ahead, Nelson.
Do you remember a while back I was waiting on that last big Windows update?
Yeah.
I had an unfortunate circumstance.
Yeah, what happened?
No, the update was fine. I'm wondering why my PC's not coming back to life. At the same time, my battery and my mouse went out.
Oh, okay. And that's why you didn't have a mouse.
The update was fine.
Oh, that's funny. Sometimes you overlook the obvious, huh?
Stupid. I hate Windows.
Well, that's all right, Nelson. Yeah, I think we've all had weird stuff like that happen.
So Greg, do you still love Windows? Do you miss Excel spreadsheets?
No, I do not actually. What's that?
Exactly. I think I use it now for checklists.
Okay, I admit I created one the other day for my inventory that I have downstairs, but other than that, no.
Oh, you're doing inventory. No.
Well, I just started. It's going to take me a long time.
Why don't you just take a
Nelson.
movie or a picture of everything?
Where is it?
Oop, good morning, Nelson.
Hey, good morning.
Oh,
I sent you a couple pictures, John.
Yeah, I'm looking at them, Bill. But you know, the system, the way he set it up is correct.
Yeah, evidently.
It's just,
That's not the way I was showing how to do it, but evidently that's right. But I'd still whack that T off and put a 90 on like that one picture.
yeah, just to get it away from the window. Yeah, that's about the only issue. But as far as the way it was piped, it looks correct to me, according to everything I've seen.
Yeah, it does. But that's kind of funny, really. That's the first time I ever looked that up. I was shown to do it just the opposite.
You know what I might do, Bill, is just get a couple elbows and screw those in on the ends of that T and face them away from the house.
Yeah, you could. Face them pointed out.
Yeah, because I want to keep that cross flow there. 'Cause there was a reason for that.
I can't imagine what that would be.
Yeah, I'm sorry I don't remember his explanation, but I know they run into something that happens if you don't have a pass-through T. There's a problem that can arise, and I can't for the life of me remember what he said.
See, my exhaust just goes out and points down.
Hey, John,
Yeah.
one of those pictures showed, that link I gave you shows where they turned an elbow away from the house and they got that T out away from the house, I don't know, 6 inches or so. That's the only one I found with a T on it, but they did get it away from the house.
Right.
You know, my water heater is also high efficiency, and it pipes out the same way the furnace does. And the way this thing illustrates it, I guess I got mine backwards, but
cool. It works.
I don't know.
The notch works.
My furnace.
That's flipping cool. Okay, so it's not as
John could
easy.
probably tell you too. He works with that.
Yeah, I bet he could.
So it doesn't show up on the pan adapter.
Well, the guy that showed me how to do it's been doing it for 40 years, and he doesn't do it like these pictures show it.
Yeah, things are always changing.
It's interesting. They show the water heater backwards from the furnace in one picture, and I can't quite figure that out.
You know, I could make a hell of a bong out of some of these pieces of PVC. You know?
Makes you
Giant one hit.
That'd be a big one hitter, wouldn't it, there, Scott?
Hey, what do they call those things? Steamrollers?
Yeah. Shotgun style.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ever have a shotgun?
That's what I heard anyway.
What's that?
That's just what I heard. You know, I just heard about those things.
Yeah.
So if let's put in for giggles, let's do 100 hertz, which is extreme for a notch filter. Let's do 50. Should be able to hear that. So hit enter. So that's stored. Oh no, that's from the 12th. Monkey Works. So that's stored 3.6. So that notch is on 3.63. So if I kick this in, you're going to hear the low end of their audio drop off. Hey.
NU9N.
Hey, Paul.
ACD.
K1 GMM.
WB9DNZ.
November 3, Papa November.
RWS.
There's the Subi man.
Yep.
Yeah, good morning.
So if I
I
kick,
was listening to you last night in my car, Jeff.
see it lost a lot of that guttural bottom end.
Yeah, I got Rich's Kiwi
Hear it?
programmed into my phone.
Cool.
And I hooked that up.
Flippin' works, man.
In my car and was listening
That is
to you and
sweet.
Rick
So
talk about,
if I
gearhead
hit
stuff
edit,
last night on
I roll
the way to
this
my
back
buddy's
down.
house, and I gotta tell you, man, do you sound good in my car?
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, we had a really.
Somebody's
intense
tuning
session.
up again,
It was
so
fun.
I can
like
put a
to-
notch
sometimes
in.
feel bad though, because we're when Rick and I get going on cars, and then
3628.
Mark, right? Another Subaru guy. It didn't take a whole lot for us to just latch on and go to town, but it was a great discussion.
I tell you, your fidelity was just outstanding.
What kind of software is that, John?
3628.9.
Well, Rich, my
So
neighbor
let's
over
do-
here, is running a Kiwi receiver, and it comes with a software. You just go to a web address and you dial up his Kiwi receiver.
Okay, let's do
He's
that.
got it opened up pretty wide. He allows 3
Let's do
users at a
add.
time. And I just plugged
This
that
will
into
be
my
notch
phone,
1.
as a favorite.
3
And then,
point.
connect that via Bluetooth to the stereo system in the car, and it works beautifully.
6.
Oh, yeah, that would sound interesting. That's funny.
In fact, Jeff, I was telling these
2, 8,
guys
9.
earlier, you sounded better than the broadcast stations in my radio.
That's funny. Yeah, Rick said maybe it's Rich's Kiwi. No, because I'm trying to remember. Rick said one of his
Okay, so this
buddies
will be
was
notch
listening,
1.
and I can't remember now if he was on a Kiwi Rich's thing or listening directly, but he was saying the same thing. But that's pretty funny. How did the music going? How did that? What kind of music did you listen
This
to?
guy is some of
Did
the
you
best
try that
audio I've
here?
ever heard. Absolutely cracking.
Oh, I forgot to try the,
Terrifying.
I forgot all about it. Well, there was no one out on the roads last night, so there was no one behind me all the way home. It was so doggone cold, Jeff. Everybody was, inside where it's warm, so I didn't get a chance to use it. But what else did you ask me?
What kind of music? I mean, what did you enjoy listening to? And I think your friend has updated his speakers, and you've already told me that they made a great difference. But was there anything interesting regarding your audio listening adventure?
Yeah, you got to get that RX 7300 there, Paul, going.
He played me
Stumbled upon something. Let me kill this for a second. Stumbled upon something, you guys, with SDR Uno. I don't like it. You cannot go out beyond 6,000 hertz, 6 kilohertz on receive on the, not that that's a big deal, really, but we're running at 8 kilohertz right here. on receive and up and down, or in and out, whatever you want to say, TX and RX. So yeah, you can't listen. If you were going to listen to like these guys, you can't pull it out wide enough. So that's a bummer. SDR console, you can, but only on the older versions. And if anybody needs an older version of console, let me know, because I have them. I can get you those. Get you one of those.
They've got like an Ultra HD rock, and it plays, you know, like Foo Fighters, stuff like that, Pearl Jam. But and it's good. But yeah, they just, it seems like they don't have. I mean, it repeats. Then there's what is it, Rock Hits, and that one's, you know, got stuff in there.
Signals are starting to fade a little bit. He's usually about 25 over,
Zappa,
pushing 30,
I've never
and
heard
he's
any of these, I don't think.
so, well, there's
So
20,
you have to give that a shot.
15.
So his system sounding good, and you enjoyed your 2
He's about
years,
10 dB
and
down,
had a
so
good
you can
time.
tell the band is starting to
Yep,
tighten up.
exactly. Yeah, if you get a chance, Jeff, look up Waka Jawaka. That's the name of
Jawaka.
a tune he does. It's all instrumental, and they give you
I gotta
a
get
feel
Jeff's
for
call.
what he can do when he gets serious with music. Waka Jawaka.
Okay, just a minute here. Waka, I hear this right here. Waka Chewaka. Okay, I will have to save this so I can listen to it later.
Yeah, the Grand Wazoo is another good one.
The Grand Wazoo.
Okay, well maybe I'll put him in here. Zappa. I know I got to be able to find. I'm just now. I typed the single in. So anyway, I'll figure it out, and I'm looking for new stuff to listen to. I was going to kind of go back to Alan Parsons' project, but
Come on.
this might be better.
Alan Parsons pretty hard to beat. I love his stuff.
Frank Zappa looks like the Grand Wazoo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what he's been
I just got
nicknamed.
a picture of him here too, and yeah.
You remember him on Miami Vice, John?
No.
He played a couple episodes. He was a big-time drug dealer out on this multi-million-dollar yacht.
Is that right?
He played a really good part.
You know, I've seen him interviewed quite a few times, and he's a pretty intellectual guy when it comes to music. A lot of musicians came in and out of that band of his that went on to fame and fortune. But Jeff, this weird stuff I don't care for either. You know, some of the weird vocal stuff and crazy stuff he does, that leaves a bit to be desired. But his instrumental work is really good.
Yeah, when you were describing that, you mentioned instrumental. You said big band, and I'm like, wow. I don't know. I don't remember Frank Zappa as having any material in those categories. Instrumental, big band. I don't know. I'll have to listen and see.
Yeah, when you listen to that Waka Jawaka, you'll get a good taste of what he could do with a multi-piece orchestra.
Wow, that's cool.
WADC. Good morning, everybody.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Rick.
Top of the morning.
Yeah, it sounds like you're talking one of my favorite old dead rockers.
Zappa.
Yeah. He was one of a kind, wasn't he?
Absolutely.
No kidding.
Hey, Greg.
That works slick, man. See it.
Oh, he stepped away there. Oh, John, yesterday, when I could hear you guys, it was kind of funny how locally you were struggling.
3.6 to
The signal was good
8.7.
enough to come all the way over here, through the walls of my house, onto my little whip antenna on my Sony.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's what I meant by that email. It was like bizarre. I'm thinking they can't hear each other, and here I am way over here.
Look at that. That
on
is sweet.
It's a portable, high-quality one, but nevertheless, I didn't have any trouble hearing everybody.
Still there. It's not taking it.
Yeah, excellent. Of course, that could be a bad thing too, Nelson.
Kind of strange. Well, the wonder of radio.
Yeah.
Good morning, John. Good morning, everyone. This is K9DXI.
Hey, Rich.
Morning,
Hey, Rich.
Morning, Rich.
Oh, big group in here this morning.
Hey, Jeff.
Morning.
Hey, good morning. Steve over here in Vermont, K1GMM. What's your call sign, Jeff? I gotta update my list here because this is. I don't have a complete list, and I'm still trying to get to associate everybody's call with their voices and their names. Good morning.
Good morning. Morning, Steve. Yeah, no problem. My call is it's pretty easy to remember. It's KRM 4846. Wait, actually, that's my grandpa's CB call. November 8, Romeo Whiskey Sierra. N8RWS. That's the real call.
Okay, got it. Oh. November 8. What the flippin' heck? I got Michael in as November 8 Romeo Whiskey Sierra. No wonder. So I got somebody's call is Fubard. I must have put Michael's call in, and I thought Michael was in here early this morning.
That was AAM, Mike.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Thanks, Jeff. Much appreciated, bud.
Hey, no problem.
So how's Mr. Bill been doing?
Jeez.
Well, I'd be doing better if that guy could get that carrier out of there.
Get it tuned up, right?
That's no accident.
No.
Yeah.
I dropped a 25 hertz wide notch filter on it. What are you talking about? I can't hear him.
I got this button called DNF. I'm serious. That's what it says. The little dynamic noise filter thingy.
I could notch him out, but he's right at that frequency that it notches out a lot of the voices.
Yeah, trying to messes with that like lower mid range. I noticed. I did figure it out. The multi notch function on the Anon. I've been sitting here playing with it, and it's actually pretty flippin' cool. I got this, so I've got multiple notches, and I've been watching. And that carrier that's in the top, I pretty much it's not strong enough to really mess with that. But boy, I noticed when I kick these things in, it really affects the lower mid, and then that carrier that's on 3630. If I hit that, then all your really nice big bottom just suck the life out of it.
Yeah, it kind of ruins it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, Bill, I put 25 hertz wide deep notch filter here on the flex, and it just normal zoom, it just looks like a line, and it takes care of that and doesn't really affect the audio that I can tell.
Yeah, it does a pretty good job. I prefer not to use it if I don't have to.
Yeah, I got this one, like I said, 25 hertz wide. It's so narrow, you can't really tell.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
Would it help you, or would you like me to send you the current list that I have here for everybody and their calls and their location?
Oh, yeah. I would never ask for it because I don't want you to fuss over it, but that would be huge, John. Thank you.
I can do that. No problem.
Yeah, I'm starting to get better. I can listen usually, and I can nail down who is talking. But this group, there's so many people coming in and out of it over like an hour and a half period that, you got to stay on your game. This is, and I have a feeling there's people, Rick put this list together for me, NASDR, and I have a feeling there's people, I know for a fact there's people, Nelson, Scott, they weren't on my list. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to keep it updated here. I'll send you what I've got here. Maybe you've got some. Maybe you can add a couple to your list.
Yeah, thanks.
I had a map somewhere around here, John, I made up a while back with everybody's location pinpointed on it and how many air miles it was for me. I don't know what I ever did with that.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Was that that wasn't a? Oh, was it a physical map or something on the? I just was thinking. I thought, man, that'd be slick to put that on one of the computer monitors. Maybe do it in Photoshop or something. Grab a map picture and overlay it, and then put people's call signs in with the, something I could pull. That'd be really new, really cool. Now you got me thinking. Being an old retired wedding photographer, I should be able to throw something together, I would imagine. Otherwise, I'm pretty much worthless.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did, Steve. I took a map of the Midwest mainly and just pinpointed everybody on it with their call sign and the distance from my location. It was just something I was farting around with one day, kind of bored.
No, that's pretty neat, and I would actually run that. I usually will push a stream. I'm streaming right now, and I've been streaming all morning. And the guys that are in on the stream, they're always interested in that stuff, because there's guys watching from across the pond, and I can't remember George. I'm probably mispronouncing his name. He's watching from Puerto Rico, and it's interesting for people to know who you're talking to, roughly where they're at.
This should be in your inbox there for you, Steve.
Ah, beautiful.
I named the map Audio Alley.
That's a fitting name.
Yeah.
That's a great idea, man.
I figured out, Bill, with our lack of snow this year, I just wait until a couple of, these humongous, drops occur, of a quarter inch or, half inch or an inch. I just let them pile up, and then I go snow blow the driveway after like 4 of them.
Yeah, we sure don't get the snow we used to get, do we?
Oh, no. I think you guys got a lot more than we did. I went out yesterday and I went for my walk and I thought,
hey, Chris, good morning.
It did snow enough to give me a total of about 4 inches, but that was probably 3 snows worth for 3 days.
Boy, we got a bunch of Pauls in here.
What you have on the ground right now, Jeff, is 4 inches?
No, it's probably a little bit more than that. It might be, coming up to a foot.
And we're about the same spot, probably about a foot.
I see this cold spell is supposed to last until I get up north for the rally race. And that's kind of neat because it'll be really, really cold, and the snow will still be there, and then it's going to get up maybe 30, 32 degrees on Saturday, I think.
That's what, the end of this month?
Yeah, next weekend.
Is that the old press on regardless?
M3ZDZ. Hey, good morning, man. How are you? The Voodoo Man from the UK.
Michigan, 30 years ago when I was messing with just some time speed
Let me
rallying stuff.
kick the loop back on here.
It's called POR, Press On Regardless, and it was just through the woods of northern Michigan.
Oh, that's cool. I think I remember a story being told about that when I was up there, and I think that was when it was illegal.
Bands are starting to fade.
No, it was a sanctioned, close off the fire roads or whatever they were run on there deal, but no, it was a pretty famous rally.
Oh yeah, I see it's in the.
Let me roll this in the background here.
That's cool. I see it's in the Wikipedia thing on it.
Jeff,
I'll have
he's.
to read it. Detroit.
I love his audio,
I
man.
heard about this from a guy, and I thought he told me.
That's what I want to sound like.
By, something that was.
And I don't know if I do.
They would.
It would be really nice.
They'd be on seasonal roads, but then they would take other roads to get to the seasonal roads, and it was a pretty neat race, and I think that that's where this this thing started. There are 2 of them now that I'm aware of up north.
Most of these guys are on Apaches, I know there's some on Flexes and Sun SDRs. Rick's on a Sun.
Cool. Yeah, I kind of quit following it, but I remember a guy, the name John Buchan, was a famous guy, rally.
Yeah, signals are getting weak, man.
Here in the States, and
if you look at this map right here,
for some reason I associated that name with the press on regardless. If you look in your wiki, you might see that name.
here's where I am, right here,
Yeah, there's a lot.
and this is sunrise.
1949.
So we are well past sunrise right now.
Run up through what?
And we are into full D-layer absorption probably in the next 10, 15 minutes. So the band is going to really shift. Gray Line was like
They do have one
freaking
that
over here.
I would like to go to. Oh yeah, it is right
So,
here.
yeah.
It is. Yeah, it's maybe
Pushing it.
it's called the
I'm going to be signing clear here.
LSPR.
I'll sign
Superior
I'll sign
or something
clear, and then I'll address your question there, Radio
I'd
Shed.
like to go to as I'm remembering that particular race happens in October, and it would be pretty cool because way up there maybe in October they.
Oh, is that Gardner?
Snow.
Gardner.
I lived in Grand Rapids for about 8 months, and I grew up in Cleveland, so I knew about snow. But I remember Grand Rapids was a different league of snow.
See you,
Just
Gary.
The lake effect that they got there. And, I remember you had to have a broom. I mean, it wasn't a little brush for your windshield. You had to have a no kidding broom. Every morning I'd come out and there'd be 8 or 10 inches.
It's actually
of
not
snow
too
on the
bad.
car.
Yeah,
Up
it's
here,
funny,
Chris.
isn't it? Yep, I grew up just to the south of Grand Rapids in Kentwood, Michigan. Grand Rapids and Kentwood border was about 2 miles north of where I lived and grew up when I was a kid. So I remember that too, man. That snow was so cool. And I kind of termed it as real snow or fake snow. If it was lake effect that they were forecasting back then, especially, it was hit or miss whether it would ever happen. So I'd always term it as kind of fake snow. And if it happened, it happened, and if it didn't, it was just fake anyway.
I'll address your questions in a brief moment. I'm going to go ahead and sign clear with these guys because the band is just all of a sudden going to slam shut between us. So
That Lake Superior Performance Rally, Jeff has a Facebook page with a bunch of videos. It's pretty cool.
That's a really good race. I'm trying to look at I'm seeing on this thing who won it, and looks like a guy named Scott Harvey is pretty good at winning it the last 3 years. In an Audi. As a matter of fact, you look back 6 years, and they've all been Audis or Saabs. And then there's finally a Subaru Impreza, a couple years of Subaru and Eagle Talon. Yeah, they get some cool cars.
Eagle Talons are awesome. Very cool vehicles.
This Scott Harvey guy must be really good because I see he's in the winning circle, for years and years.
Now, Jeff, you're going to be doing the communications for that, right?
Yep, I'm usually a marshal, and then I do communications.
Could we, Jeff, could John and I come up there and let our wives run their cars in the race? Karen's got a Crosstech, and my wife has a Forester.
That's just the loop right there.
Yeah. Well, Marcia's got a Forester, and she has.
And this is the vertical and the loop combined.
I think we'd have a good time, but
right there.
No, you could drive your cars, right down the stages, the very racing surface that these pros are going to be on, the next day. But you sure wouldn't be allowed on there the day of. But yeah, I like it because when I go, I will, on Friday, I will most likely be putting up banner tape, and so that'll consist of having a bunch of stakes and yellow and red tape and signs, and I'll be traveling through the stages, from start to finish, and anywhere that there's a snowmobile trail maybe that crosses the stage, I'll be putting tape across, and then any driveways of homes that are there, I'll usually string a piece of do not cross tape and with a sign that tells what's going on, and then I'll bunch it up against a tree because obviously the people have to be getting in and out of there until actually the 4-6 hour time frame when they close the road. So that's what I'll do the first day. Sometimes I put no parking signs or park this side of the road or spectator area here. They're not having spectators. They're not publishing any of the stages right now, so it'll be a different sort of a race. But that's what I typically do on a Friday. And then the day of the race, sometimes I'm at the finish line, which is kind of cool because these cars, they don't have radios that communicate into the net control people. So the way that you understand there's a problem is when these guys come to the finish line and they're so technical. I've had cars roll up and, the guy will say, radio, and I'll have to run up there because there's a whole bunch of other people by the car, doing their time stuff. But they'll talk to me and say, 2.3 miles back, this side of the road at this particular coordinate on the map, BMW in the trees, no injuries. And then I'm like, oh, so then I'll run back and report that into the net control guy.
So do they halt the race at that point or something if there is something on the track?
No, not like that. If there's an injury, absolutely, they halt the race immediately. And so they have these, the drivers have a sign that says okay. I think it's a green circle, and then they have a red X. And a red X means somebody's hurt, they need help, and they will shut everything down immediately and get the ambulances down there.
So Jeff, do you wear a star and a cowboy hat?
I don't, but I wear a vest that says snowdrift, and I look like a total nerd. And I have a sheet of paper that is from the sheriff that says I'm deputized. But they give us all kinds of coaching. Don't be an idiot. Don't be a cowboy. You don't have to have your gun. The whole name of the game is communication, collaboration with these drunk people, so that they don't get hurt.
Oh, you've got to have a Marshall star, though.
That'd be funny, wouldn't it?
You need a vest to look like a nerd?
Oh, yeah, I look like a nerd anyways, but it's double nerdism when I wear this vest. Can't get the vests on right. I mean, they won't even at work. We got these vests, and the vice presidents usually have to rearrange mine because it's all left up. When I put it on, it's crooked. I can't operate them well.
Oh.
Hey, Jeff, do they have any communications out to the cars at all?
No, they don't, Michael, which is really weird. Now, this year, they're trying something new, and it might be some sort of communications that they're putting in the car. I have to go back and reread it. I think it more has to do with the way they time the stage, that it's a timed rally. And so, it's really weird the way it is now, and there's all kinds of electronic shit that they have that looks to be quite manual in the way they track things. I think they use some kind of GPS thing or maybe not GPS, but some kind of a RFID thing maybe that helps them at the end, but it's not as sophisticated and it's not as high tech as what's available to us. So I think, Michael, this year they're actually going to put something that it does maybe it is GPS this year rather than just RFID, so that they can tell exactly where the car is on the stage, can tell if it's moving. They can tell their time by it, and as far as I could understand, it's a test for the first two rallies. This is the first rally from Rally America of the season, and they're going to give that a shot. I hope it has comm in the cars, because, gosh, that would be a lot quicker and easier way to get the news of a problem through.
Well,
Jeez.
the thought that
I gotta get in here and sign clear.
I've got a 25-watt AM broadcast band transmitter downstairs, a little low-power thing, or you could pick up one of those 10-watt FM broadcast transmitters and just bootleg on a frequency and have everybody tune their radio to that. Or get on STA, a special temporary authority to do that. That would be cool.
Hey, I'm ducking out. Band's starting to fade. 7-3, gang. Have a great day. K1 GMM.
All right. See you later, Steve.
Have a good one, Steve. Take care.
Thanks.
See you, Steve. W8AAM.
Yeah, we'll see you later, man.
I'm kidding. N8RWS.
Knock that off.
That would be bad. I
am so gullible. Good God. Yeah. We'll see you guys later. K1 GMM. I'm shutting down here. I can't believe they do that to me, man. All right. Really quick. Really quick, like. So let me just answer. All right. So there were two questions there. How do I like the Anon? It's okay. It's okay. It's really, these things are really built for ESSB and AM work. They're very, very good for that. And the audio is, well, geez, man. Because of the pure signal pre-distortion, they're very efficient rigs. And the break there. They're very efficient. And they push pretty much all of the RF signal into the passband of your choice, and they're really nice for that. Let's see. Audio is borderline unrivaled because of that. There's virtually no IMD on these rigs. So, like I said, you know, when you look at a signal, like if you were to look at the pan adapter. Let me get over the pan adapter, and you look at this signal right here. All of this stuff right here is IMD. See this splatter that's going outside of the passband, and Anon, you don't see that. The lines are literally like a cliff. They're straight up. And what happens is all of your RF, and what I mean by efficient, is all forced into the passband. So if you're running like, let's say, 4 kilohertz wide, you have all of that snot going out within that passband. You don't have any of this wasted energy here. So that's what I mean by that. Audio quality. The Anon, I think, is the closest rig in the sense that what you put in is what you get out. You still have to force feed them a little bit. Not much. But what you're listening to is actually what's going out of the Anon. What you're listening to right now. Let me get back over here. So the audio that I'm piping to the stream, I split the feed and I come out to OBS, and this is what's going to the Anon. It sounds a little bit different coming out of the Anon, and that's what I mean by force feeding it. Let's see that, and then Simon's world map. Let me put the map on. So this is Simon's world map. You can download this on sdrradio.com. Just type in SDR Radio. It'll take you to the website, Simon Brown. He's got a world map. This is version 1.0.17. Fantastic map. A lot of different configurations you can use on this. Customizable. You can customize it to look and do all kinds of different things. Like I have the solar indices here. I have my UTC clocks, my sunrise, sundown. I have this. Wherever you move the mouse, you put your home 6-digit grid square in. It'll put your home icon on the map, and then any station you work, you can kind of snap this over, and it'll give you the rough mileage. You know, like let's say Central UK is 3,240 miles, roughly 3,300 miles. Middle East would be that's usually roughly around 5,000 miles from here. Depending on the path, VK is anywhere from 10 to 11,000 miles. So, and it's kind of cool. Well, I use it primarily for gray line because I can watch and I can see what's happening as far as the sunrise, sunset. And these lines out here are kind of nice because they show you the different stages of gray line. And these do correlate with what you're seeing on the band. It's pretty cool. So anyways, that's it. I'm out of here. I got to head upstairs. Have a great day, you guys. Have fun. And I guess I'll be pushing a stream at 11 for the net. There's the Ragchew amateur radio net. WWR card. And I think that's going to go off at 11. So I may push a stream on that. I'm not sure. Anyways, we'll see you guys later. 7-3, man. Thanks for stopping by. Happy Valentine's Day. And hope you get lots of chocolate. We'll see y'all later.